Well, hello again. Another little video. This one is what I've called Fun with Programming. Now, before I start on the programming section, I'll just show you something I've just been doing. As you know, I've been doing the wagon filling with coal. I've now got one which has now got ore in it. And the reason that is different is the fact that sitting underneath that is one of these, which is a dust monkey, which clips onto the axles and sits down and sits on the track like that, and it takes all the oil and rubbish off the track. And all I do then is I actually put some cleaning fluid on it. I actually wash it in under the tap, let it dry, and then I'm going to stick it back on the wagons. I've got 4 of them. I've only ever used 2 of them. So that's another little feature I've just been doing. But now we come to the programming bit. Let's put some lights on. Starters. Right. The program I'm going to just show you is that one doing a little circuit. Then the experiment over there is going to go from there round here and stop here. Then this one will do its little circuit. Then the experiment which is sitting here will then go back to where it's sitting now. And that is the program. Or the schedule, let's put it that way, not the program, it's a schedule. Now then, the thing is with this, is I've added extra features into the system. Now one thing I've actually got on my system now is this little clock here. As I showed before, when I'm doing scheduling, I have to double click on this, then put in 10:59:55 in there, and then at 11 o'clock the program will run in the schedule. But what I can do now is I could just click on this now and watch. It goes straight to 10:59:50 and it counts down to 11 o'clock, then the programs in the schedule will actually run like that. And all I've got to do now is just double click it on there like that, bring it back to its proper time. Now then, so what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'll go into here. These are my programs here that I'm going to be running. So first of all, is I click these like this, and I click this. It is now live. So what I'm going to do now is click on here, and what will actually happen now is at 11 o'clock exactly, the first one, but watch the screen. Ready? Plus will run. That's another added feature I put into it. So that's what now is this one now is going to do its little run. Some of these are a bit, well, one in particular has not been behaving himself this morning. A lot of this is also, as you've got to remember, the temperature of the room where your railway is. Also that the trains are usually tend to be warmed up, the motors, otherwise they just don't run properly. Another thing is make sure that your track is clean, because any second off these programs will throw the lot. So it's just going around again and stop on the next one. Here it comes. Well, I stopped. Now what will actually happen, all the lights will turn off. Then watch again. Ready? Experiment 1. Now that's that one. So this is the thing on the schedule, you can actually see what, or any on the program, what program is actually running at that particular time when you started it. And this will come out now. Here it comes, ready? Hopefully this is going to behave itself this time. Here it comes. Now all morning it hasn't been working properly. it just gets so far and then it stops. But this is just to show you what it'll do by rights. It's worked perfect. Again, that's where it should stop. That's correct. Now that'll all the lights and anything else will go off. Right, now then what will actually again wait, you hear the points clicking, which is set it back to normal. HN rail run. Now that's this one. This is now going to start up and do its little piece. As the lights come on, should give a little toot and then it'll go. The cab lights on this are automatic. As the train moves, it'll come on and off. It's a beautiful loco. This is a Batman one, of course. I bought this as it was in sound, so it's expensive, but I buy the trains by the looks of them and I love. I'm driving nuts at the moment because I can't afford them. So here it comes. You say all them coal wagons have got weights already in them. There we go. Now it should come round and stop. Slowing down. The wagon clanging is part of the loco's noises as well. Here it comes. Well, now that'll all shut down. Now the cab will go off. You can see there that it is, it's gone off. Now we get ready again. Experiment 2, which is now lit up. It is now going to go from here, there's the points clicking. And this will now go back to where it's gone from. There it goes. There we are, perfect. That'll all now finish off by the points resetting. There's one set, the bottom ones, there we are, that's it. And that is the complete schedule. Now one thing of course we've got to do now is go to here and take these ticks out like this. Now what happened was the other day, I've been doing some of this and playing around, and I got only one train in here, and I'd left the tick in. And this happened, it was just before 11 o'clock when I went downstairs to make a cuppa. As I got to the bottom of the stairs, I heard the train kick in. Oh no, so I run back upstairs here and I had to stop the train. So that is one thing, always make sure is that those are all out. As I say, practice what you preach, and I did it wrong. So that's it. So that's now, because this is timing, so just double click this and put this back to normal timing. So that is that bit. Now then, this particular, where I did the clock off that, is if you go to here, in here, and you go to here, sorry, right, so how I did that, let's put it, how I did that, right, down here, go back in again, me. In here I'll put a 0, right? In here now the resource file is in the program commands here. In here now, if you go down here there's one there called set clock, hours, minutes and seconds. You do that, and then what you do there is you actually put those there. So I've got it as 10, 59, 50. Give it the name of set clock in there. I'll just come out of there, just show you where it is. So in here again, just show you. Go into here again, and now I go down here. This is having all these programs. This is why having the Pro is ideal for me. Where are we? Come on. There it is. Set clock there. As you see there, it actually says 10, 15, 50, and it says set clock. So all I'll have to do with that is if I just come out, I find it in there, click that, and it'll do that. But as you saw there, is going down all them programs, it's a bit of a bind. But in the Pro, what you can do with that, if I go to here and go for my track plan, this part you can only do if you've got Pro. I must tell you this one. Right, there's the clock there. So what it is actually in here, there is the ones for the signals and everything else, and there's one which is a cog. You bring the cog down and it comes up there, and what you do then is you put in what the actual program you're running. This is how all my other ones over here all work. And then over here, along here, and then there's a clock, got the clock, and that did it. So that's how the clock is there. So all I've got to do is come out of there. Now all I need to do there is click on that, and it changes it to 10, 59, 50, and it'll count down to the hour, which is when all my programs start, like this. There you go. Then someone else will kick on. So that's how it all works. Double click on it again, it brings it back to the right time. So that is that bit. Now as you saw, I got those thing called the message board. And what you've actually got, if I now go to here, and go to here, just go in here and we put a 0 in like this. In here we go for the cog again, which way it is, go to here, and down here somewhere there's the message board there. And as you can see, it actually says in that bracket a message here. So what I'd have to do is put in banger, where it might be, leave it at 5, and then in here I'd actually put it there. But I don't do it this way around because you've got to manually put it in all the in the programs. So what I'm going to do, just show you how I do mine. Go in here and we go for banger run there, right like that. No, I won't do that one. It's there, like that, right? So what we've got there is, there's the zeros, everything else. So what I'm going to do is go on the first one there, like that, come down here and click the little push box here, and it puts a space in there. So what I do with that, I should go in here and I'll put in 0 in there as well. Go to here, go to there, which is the program command. In here now is if I now go to here and find that message board, which is that one there, go into here like this, and we take this bit out here, and I'm going to put in banger in there, right? Should have actually have a bracket on the end of it. I mean, put the bracket on the end of it like that. I think it worked. So what we do now is this one here now, we get hold of it again, we go to the little up barra here, click that and push it up to the top. Now what I'm going to do with this one, the next one down, I'm going to put it, because remember that's 5 seconds, I'm going to put this in as, call it 10, right? That's that one. So now go save that and do this, banger run 1. I come out. Now if I now go to the here and go for Bangor Run 1, which is that one there, and now click this. Doesn't
the next train to depart on platform 2 will be the 12:50, the Red Dragon service to Bangor.
Sorry about that, but that's how it works. You got because I'm trying to do this in the camera at the same time. You put the name in those brackets, and that's how it works.
Bangor only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. A buffet service.
If I go to here now and just go for that EX1.
British Rail would like to apologise to passengers for the late running of this service and any inconvenience this may have caused. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
There's the shunt there, and there it is. Look, in the bracket it says experiment there in the bracket, and that is how you do it. So that's how you actually put those particular ones in. So that has 2 little added bonuses into the system. Now, while we're talking programs, one I've been asked is that if I've got a train in that station there and I bring it round, say, a couple of times and leave it in the station, or like here, from there and put it into this station, can I leave it? You know, normally you see mine, they do that and then they go back again. Can I leave it an X amount of time? So what I did is like with this one as it happened, I run this around 3 times. It was running in the program through the time clock. Did it by three times, stopped it, then I went downstairs for half an hour, just before half an hour. Remember, it was still running here as a program. Then exactly on the half hour, I made it do another 3 runs and stopped it, and then made that a particular test trial, as I called it. I then tried it. So what I did is I just clicked it, it did 3 laps, come round to here, stopped. I went downstairs again, made a cuppa, come back just before the half hour came up, and at half an hour exactly, that train did its second run. Now that's okay in that situation if it was on an individual track on its own. But when it's got like this, if you're going to cross over there, you've got to be careful, because remember, if I'd done that and it stopped, these other trains I can actually run manually. You can't run 2 programs at once, you can only run 1. So I can actually run any of my trains manually while that one's still running in its program mode. But the thing is if I did this and took it across there and round and back out again that way, I've got to remember at half an hour's time that is going to kick in, and it's just getting the timing right. So beware of doing it that way around. If it's on a lap circuit of its own, like if that was coming round here and back again there on its own track, that's fair enough. Or shunting between the 2, that's no, it just seem like that, but they would be combined together. It's okay, but remember, be very wary of doing that kind of programming. Now, another thing that I've also was asked about is if you go to here, which brings up your train list. As you know, you've got all your trains down here like this, and if you want to run a particular one, now when you run these and you put them up in the larger mode, with the functions, you just go into the middle and push up. But you can't do that with this. What happens is if you go into the middle and try push, nothing happens. What you do is get one of these, just hold your mouse onto that like that and push it, and it pushes them up like that. So what you do then is remember where you've got your trains like this. If I double click that, there's the cord lock. It actually brings it up exactly on the top of the screen. So it's a quick way of doing it, but as you know, I do all mine by groups, so I do it that way around. And all I've got to do is do this, go to all again, and it puts them all back to where it originally was. So that is some more little tips you can actually do. So say those 2 which are done with the experiment, there's his little program for come from there around to here, and there's his little program to go back again. There is the HN rail one there, and this one there is the parcel. So all these little trains and everything else are all done in the Pro. You can't do it any other way. Another one you can actually do, I'll just show you this one while I'm thinking of it. Right, if I now go to here and go down here and we'll say banger run, like that, right? If you look down here, there's a little pin, like you stick in a notice board. You click that, it puts all those in there. Now what will actually happen now is next to it there's another little button which is actually a forward button. If you click this now, what it actually does now, it starts these programs off, and down here it shows you the timing in seconds how long it takes to do the run.
The Red Dragon service to Bangor, calling at Chester, Flint,
so that's going to be 30.
Statin,
So at the moment it's 15.
Bay, landed no junction, and Bangor.
When it gets to 30,
This
it'll
train
actually
is formed of
it'll
two
click over.
coaches.
24,
First class
25,
accommodation
26,
is located at the
27,
front of the train.
28, 29,
Buffet service
30.
is available on this train.
There you are, it
British
goes.
Rail would like to apologise to passengers for the late running of this service and any inconvenience this may have caused. Please mind the gap when
I'll
boarding
just
this
wait for
train.
this to. So that's, and then all you've got to do then is right click on this peg here and it takes them all out again. So that is another little way you can actually trial your programs. So if you want me at any time, I'm on 01782 302194. I'm basically I'm here 7 days a week basically, and I'm also here all day and all night basically. So if you want me at any time to do anything to do with this, and you've seen this video or some questions on that, or any other questions on Railmaster, just don't be frightened to call me. I'm only here to help. My email address is there as well, and also is when you run this program, the comments which are sitting down below, the top one usually, what it'll actually have there is say donation with a link. If you click on that, it'll take you to my PayPal channel, which is my Railmaster channel. Donations are gratefully received. Otherwise, you know, I'm as you know, everybody else is in the same boat with costing. I can't afford to buy new trains or new products to show you all these new things without having some means of bringing cash in. So if you want to do, I'm very grateful if anybody does give me any cash. So it's one way to do it, just go to the little comment there, click on it, it'll take you to the PayPal link to my channel, click on it, put anything you want to do, 20p, 40p, whatever you might want to put in. It's most grateful, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.